Let's solve this triangle using either cosine law or sine law, or we could use both laws. So we are given two side lengths, that is b equals 8, a equals 6, and we are also given one of the included angle, that is angle C is given as 20 degree. First, we are going to decide which law we can apply based on the given information. So when we look at the sine law, we have the rules. That is, if we have been given the three sides, we can use the cosine law, or if we have been given the two sides and an included angle. So clearly we can see that we are given two sides, that is B as well as A, and the included angle between this side length, that is angle C, is given. So we can apply the cosine law. So I'm going to first use the cosine law to solve this triangle. So I write down this form of this cosine law. We have two more forms, but for this triangle we will utilize this, that is c squared equals b squared plus a squared minus 2ab times of cosine of the angle C. I'm going to substitute this value. Since we are going to determine the C, we will keep this as c squared. We can plug in the values of a, b, and then the angle C. B equals 8, so I replace B by 8, which is 8 squared, and A is 6, so I replace it by 6 squared, and 2 times of A is 6, B is 8, and the cos of the angle C is 20 degrees, so it is cos 20 degree. Now we can simplify. In fact, we can plug this into the calculator to determine the value of C. Let me simplify this. This is 36 minus, we can multiply this. This 2, 6 is 12. 12 times of 8 is 96. And then we have cosine 20. So let's plug this into the calculator. We will be getting 64 plus 36 is 100 minus 96 times of cosine 20. 96 times of cos 20. I'm getting approximately as 90.21049, and this is a non-terminating decimal. So let's do the subtraction. We have to subtract 100, or we have to subtract this number from 100. So let me do that. And this gives 9.789. This is a non-terminating decimal. So this is c squared. But since we want to determine c, we have to take the square root on both sides. So I take the square root, and when we take the square root, we get 3.12, or approximately we could consider this as 3. But for our other calculation purposes, we will consider this as 3.13. This is, if you round it to two decimal places, it is 3.13. We will now solve for other unknowns of this triangle. So now we are in a situation that we have three sides, that is A, B, and C, as well as one angle. So either we can use cosine law, we can continue to use the cosine law, or in fact we can use the sine law also. When we look at the sine law, we should know two angles and a side. As far as this triangle is concerned, we know only three sides but not two angles. However, when you look at the second conditions, it meets the second condition, that is two sides and a non-included angle. So we have this side, that is A, as well as this side C. These both are known, as well as the non-included angle, that is C. The angle C is known. So I'm going to use the sine law in place of instead of cosine law, because this will be a little bit simpler compared to the cosine law. So using this, we can determine the angle A. So I am writing this form of the sine law, that is sine A over A equals sine of C over C. Now let's substitute the known values. uh, we will have sine A over the side length A is 6. A is replaced as 6, and sine of angle C is 20 degree. So I replace this C as 20 degree divided by side length C. We just found out the side length C, which is 3.12. Now, if you look at this, we have three knowns quantity and just only the angle A, which means we can determine the angle A. First, let's do the cross multiplication. So I do the cross multiplication like this, and when I do that, I get 3.12 times of sine of angle A. This is equal to 6 times of sine of angle 20. So we have to find the sine of A first. I'm going to divide both sides by 3.12, and then I will have sine of angle A equals 6 times of sine of 20 degree over 3.12. We can plug this into the calculator, that is the right side expression, and determine sine of angle A. So let me do that. I get 0.6577, and this is a non-terminating decimal. Now we have to determine angle A, so we have to take sine inverse on both sides. So therefore angle A equals sine inverse of this quantity on the right side, that is sine inverse of 0.6577, and this comes out approximately as 41.12 degrees, which we can approximate to 41 degrees. So we found the angle A equals 41 degree. Now the only unknown in this triangle is angle B. We can determine the angle B using the angle sum property of a triangle. So we place the angle sum property, and this says that sum of all the three angles in a triangle equals 180 degree. That is angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180 degree. Sum of all the three angles in any triangle is 180 degree. So we will utilize this property to determine the unknown angle B. I'm going to substitute angle A equals 41 degree plus angle B plus angle C is 20 degree, and this equals 180 degree. So we have angle B plus 41 plus 20 is 61 degree equals 180 degree. So therefore angle B equals, we subtract 61 degree from both sides. This is 180 degree minus of 61 degree, and this equals 119 degree. So therefore angle B equals 190 degree. So we have solved all the three unknowns. So let's write down here. We have solved C equals, that is, this is the side length C. So let me write down a little bit shorter. This is side length C, and this equals 3.12. When we then determine angle A, this is equal to 41 degree, and finally we determined angle B, and this equals 119 degree. So we solve this triangle.